June 2025. So, what is the month of June bringing us? What is the energy signature of this month? What are the messages that I have been receiving regarding the narrative of this month? And what can be done to get the most out of these energies? Beautiful friends, this is Durdana, and I'm back with more energy updates of what's happening at this time of the year. So first of all, I'm going to keep this. I've changed my style of doing these podcasts. I'm going to keep this very short and simple and sweet too. And in this podcast, I'll only be talking about the overall energy of June and what are the messages coming through and so forth. And then the 2 or 3 very grand and very important events that are taking place in it, I will do separate podcasts for each and every one of them. This way, I'll be able to keep it short and simple. So, from June 2025, we have entered into the second half of a very crucial, time-changing, life-changing, time-sensitive year of 2025. But also, from June to August of this year, we are entering a very crucial zone of our personal individual navigation that could make all of the difference for us for 2025. Because dear friends, in September, a new chapter of 2025 is starting. But also in September this year, there is the great ending of a very crucial life-changing chapter, of which I'll talk most probably in September. So if anyone remembers, this month started with a bang, meaning those of us who keep a tab on what the solar energy and solar radiations are saying, on the 1st of June, we had an 8 kp index, which is much more than what we have had for a long, long time. And the universe never speaks in flukes. And then later on, I received the message that this was going to be a banger of a month. And as I tapped more into the playing field, I get my messages right from the playing field itself. I received the words checkmate. I received the phrase changing of the narrative for June. I received the phrase the collective homecoming for 2025 begins. I saw the dots starting to join together, a line that starts to join all the dots together. And I saw 2 or more than 2 adjacent images standing side by side, sliding into one, forming a composite picture with complete clarity and detail and darity. Darity meaning the sum of, or to be unified. And at first I thought this was maybe because of the Gemini energies, which deals with duality. But then when I tapped deeper into it, I realized, no, this was what the energy of this month was entailing. Now the fun part is that really made me very happy was that somewhere around the night of the 31st of May, I suddenly received a personal message for myself which was about changing the narrative, because I just picked up my calendar and I crossed out something that had already been printed on it, and I wrote on it, I create my own narrative, because that is what I was feeling as the energy that is coming forth. And to my surprise, the next day when I tapped into the playing field for the collective energy, I heard the words changing of the narrative. And then I thought about it, and I thought, yes, May was about, if you remember, if you heard that podcast, May was about life-changing, big paradigm shifts, perspective shifts, and of course, that had to change the narrative. But where do we go from here? When we had the new moon in Gemini last month on the 27th of May, I said that this was going to be the change. This was just not any new moon. This was going to be the beginning of a new era and a new adventure. And then immediately after the new moon in Gemini, the next day I posted that also. I saw all of the suns of our universe, meaning the sun of our solar system and the suns of the galaxies and the universes beyond, they were aligned for justice. And for, well, aligned for justice, the other word that came to my mind was karma. And I have been saying that all along, that this is the air that you and people are seeing it, whether it's collectively for countries, the underdogs are being recognized and respected by the world, and whether it is on an individual levels. This is the air. In fact, it has started from 2023, but this is the air you will really see it happen. This month, many will see through and beneath the lines. I've already mentioned that 2025 is the year of the grand override of matrix codes. And by the matrix, I mean the manipulated codexes of our physical 3D world that had been set forth millennia ago so that humanity would be enslaved forever. But I guess they were in for a surprise. So this is the month when the grandest override of matrix codes is going to take place, and from June to August we are in a very crucial, very sensitive navigation, self-navigation area, which could make a lot of difference for us in terms of what we get out of 2025. And how do you override a matrix code? You can override a matrix code once you understand you always have a choice, even if it as simple as deciding your reaction to a certain situation, or deciding that you don't care what the experts say, what the books say, whatever you are feeling, and the knowing that is coming to you is bigger and truer than all of it. You have a choice to take or reject the truth that the universe or your own reality serves you. And this is the month you will see different perspectives, different dimensions of a scenario or situation or a thought or a feeling suddenly come together, click into one clear, composite, detailed picture, bringing you new insight, new something, like a gift coming through. Now, I don't know if I recorded the last point or not, so I'll repeat it again. Jupiter is at the last degree of Gemini. And whenever a planet that moves slowly, what we call a collective planet, it's about to leave a sign, it is reward time. It will leave a gift of whatever work we have done upon ourselves or whatever area of our life related to that zodiac. So it is about to enter Cancer, and on the 8th and the 9th, Jupiter is at 29 degrees of Gemini, today even. And yes, by the way, today is also a 666 portal day. We have 3 666 portals on this month. One is today, and one is on the 19th. The second one is on the 18th, sorry, and the third one is on the 27th. The overall theme of this 666 portal this year is to break the mold, to break the myth about what has been carried about this 666 for so long. Just remember one thing, that whatever by they I mean the dark powers, the control mongers of this planet, whatever they wanted you to stay away from, they would give it a very bad rep so that you would not even think about it. Just like what they did to the number 13. There is nothing wrong with the 666. It's a very powerful portal. Now I'll post separately on this portal, but I'll just in brief, in one-liners, I'll tell you the themes for all of these 3 portals, the first of one of which is happening today. Now we all know that irrespective of gender, there is a divine feminine principle in all of us. And in the first portal today, the news I'm receiving is that the divine feminine has given the dark and low vibrational agendas. In fact, I heard the very word, the devil a run for their power. In the second 666 portal that we have on the 18th, the theme is basically, and it's the most powerful one of the three. We have an 1818 code being established. I'll talk in my detailed podcast what it means. And in this second 666 portal, the divine feminine is coming into its power and initiating mastery manifestations. And remember, everyone has got a masculine, divine masculine and divine feminine in them. It's an energy, and the balance of that creates health, creates mastery, and so on. And the third one of this six portals, which is on the 27th, is what was is something that was already ordained. And in this portal, the theme is the tables turn completely, from being in one's power to now using that to spill out and heal the world. Means the tables have turned. I'll repeat that again. I don't think I was very clear. The third one's theme is what was ordained in the second portal. That is, what happened in the second portal on the 18th is taken and is used to turn the tables completely, from going from being only in one's power, now using that power to spill out and heal the world. And I heard the words clearly, the tables have now turned. So with the third and final 666 portal of this year, the tables will be turned. Those who are in their power will now be using that power to heal the world, and nobody can stop that. And a code 24 to 42 is established. If anybody is interested, they can hear what it means in that detailed thing that I'll do. In other words, these three 666 portals are going to break the myth forever. All that bad juju that was given to 666, is nothing wrong with it. Whenever something is very powerful, pay attention. They will make it look very horrible in your eyes, so that you don't even go near it. I kept mentioning in the earlier months, in fact since 2024, that crucial players, known and unknown, across the world are taking strategic positions and strategic vibrational strongholds to create the magic of the upcoming times. Now, in June 2025, I'm receiving those players have aligned, and that energy is fully active. Many countries and individuals will feel like a curse has been broken or is being lifted off of them, or like some dark magic spell has been broken and been cleared. I also heard for June that the underdogs are ready to launch, and I think it holds true to this point that I just talked about. So it's a perfect time to keep going and having confidence in listening to your truth. And many across the globe are slowly gaining the confidence to do what they came to do in this lifetime. And as soon as I am saying this, I heard the word capiche in my head. Now, I've heard this word before, but I stopped this podcast, this recording, and I went and checked what capiche actually means. And it means, do you understand? And this was my guide obviously talking to me, and so I understood that this time of these players aligned and paying attention to their life purposes and all this energy which is active, I'm being told to deliver this message very clearly, and I'm being asked, do you understand the cruciality, the importance of this message? This energy is active. All players across the world are now strategically aligned for the upcoming good times, even though it may not seem so. And my messages are not for those who see things on the surface, because obviously when change happens, things do go up in the air before they settle down. And obviously what was, whatever stuff was created over thousands of times, it's not going to disappear in 1 year, but we are doing tremendously well. This month is ruled by the energy of Mercury, the fast and the smart. Not because half of the month has got the Gemini zodiac, no, because that's the energy of this month. And pay attention to the paradigms that showed up for you in May. I'll talk about this in detail when I talk about this specific thing. I'm going to make it separate for each podcast. And pay attention to paradigms that showed up for you in May. It may be time to accept the new information that you are feeling and seeing and re-strategize accordingly. Mercury is the web of life. It's the web of light that supports life. And Mercury, the energy of Mercury is about mastery in communication. It's about to and fro movement and trading and give and exchange of energy, including the energy of money. It's an energy of high intellect and of loyalty and honesty to one's communication and movement of energy, emotions within oneself and around. You play smart, swift, but not in haste. And of course, there's a difference between fast and haste. Jupiter, the expander of whatever it touches, is entering Cancer, and it's kind of a big deal. Why? Because it's a very nice energy for the entire world, collectively and individually. I'm going to write on it separately. I didn't want this to be long. It's already 16 minutes. Jupiter in Cancer for 1 year is going to be expanding on the themes of self-love, self-preservation. You see, the Cancer zodiac in a nutshell is about being a home to yourself. Cancer zodiac is about protection of the home, literally, and also the home that one is to one's own self, self-nurturing, self-preservation. And Jupiter expands whatever it touches. So it's in Cancer now. That's going to be a nice thing. But of course, we always have to play our cards well. Jupiter in Cancer is going to cause mass awakenings, because nothing creates bigger revolutions than self-love and the true awakening that comes into people when they wake up to their own rights, to their own power, to their own worth, to their own self-love. We have got a full moon happening on the 11th of June, which I was surprised when I tapped into its energy, because full moons are about endings and completions. But this full moon is actually a beginning and yet also a completion. And whatever, it's the ending of a cycle that started on 13th December 2023. If you can remember, whatever was starting for you on the 13th of December 2023, on this 11th of June, in this full moon in Sagittarius, that thing, that situation, that part of your life, that chapter of your life, or whatever, it will reach climax. And regarding this, the advice I would have for you is what I heard. I heard, wait for it. And as I wrote this sentence, I also heard, make your decision on the basis of what is showing up now or in the very near future. Then we have a new moon on the 25th, a new moon in Cancer. And this new moon I am calling the icing, the cherries, the strawberries, and every good thing on the cake. Because a chapter this is also the ending of a cycle, a chapter and a beginning too, because new moons are always beginnings. So a chapter that ended actually on December 27th, 2023 is now completely over for a complete new beginning. I'll repeat again. On the 27th of December 2023, something that was over, that climax, that ended, whatever, now that energy is cleared. It took some time for it to completely be over, and this new moon in Cancer on the 25th of June is going to create new beginnings in that area to come through. This is going to be a beautiful new moon. This is why I'm calling it the icing, the cherries, the strawberries, the sprinkles, everything on the cake. There is an event this month that I was shown as the star showstopper of this month, and that is the solstice. Oh my God. I'm not even going to say anything about it here because that is very special for what I was shown. I was shown that this solstice of June, on the 21st of June, is the star showstopper of the star show of the month. I was also told that June is the star of the show month, and the solstice is the star showstopper. I hope you get what I'm saying. And in one line, if I have to give a message for this solstice, I would appreciate it if you come and listen to the podcast I'm going to do on it. But in one line, stick to your ideals. They are there for a reason. Now, for the guidance and the overall message for this month is, you will be asked to remember who you are. Your brightest and happiest memories of yourself will act as the doorway for you to remember who you are, what stirred your soul, and what you love to do, and also what has changed in you and doesn't resonate with you anymore. You are the only one who can be true to yourself and give yourself permission to change. The entire energy of June 2025 is about personal independence, freedom, and the pursuit of individuality. You are being asked to be a source of your own inner strength. Or I should say, we are being asked to be a source of our own inner strength. I hope I don't sound preachy. There is so much information coming through that when I started this podcast, I thought, and I had jotted down points in front of me, and I was like, I'm just going to talk generally, and even that has gone to 22 minutes. So this is what it is. Messages, the big headlines of this month: banger of a month, checkmate energies, changing of the narrative, and the collective homecoming of 2025 begins this June 2025. The dots start joining. So until my next podcast, all the best, have fun, stay centered, and make the most of it. Have trust, have faith in yourself, have faith that there is a higher power guiding you. I'm a big advocate for the power of prayer, big one. Light candles, say prayers, stay true to yourself, and God will stay true to you. And so it is. Thank you. Have a great time. Have a great June.